Namaste. I welcome you all to the DBMS Practical Web Series. My name is Drashti Garjar and I am faculty at ICT Marwadi University. Today we will see the application of cursor. It is 11th practical, and in this 11th practical we will see how the factorial and the triangular number can be calculated with the help of a cursor. Now what is triangular number? You have aware about the factorial number, but what is triangle number? For a 1, what we can create is only size of 1. We can create a pyramid. For 2, if base are having a 2 digit, how long we can create a triangle is 3. Okay, for base of 3 we can create a triangle with the 6 block. So nothing, this is nothing but a 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. For 5 it is 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So likewise you have to calculate, and this is consider we have a table. Let me share my workbench. Here what you can see is we have a table with the name of taste. Let me show you the description of this table. Okay, here we have a one column, and in which we have a number from 1 to 10. Fine, this 1 to 10 are need to be used for creating of their factorial. So one's factorial should be a second column. Same ways for one's triangle number would be a third column. So likewise we have to create with the help of cursor. For that we require to create a new extra column. You know how we can create a new column? With the help of alter command, right? Alter table name, add column, and this is the column name, and this is the type of that column. Integer value we want to store. That's why we are keeping the factorial column with the type integer. There are one more column that we want to add. That name I'm keeping is triangular. And this type is integer. Fine. So let me run this to line. This is our first line. Okay, table is updated successfully. Now let me add one more line and let me check the description of this too. Yes. Okay, now what was the value by default? We have not set the default value, so everything is null right now. And I want to update this existing table, so I require to set my update flag to be 0. So I am doing this thing also. Now let me create one cursor. And for creating a cursor, you require a store procedure. First of all, this store procedure contain a cursor, and in this cursor we set a row filter, and on each and every row filter we will check what was the value of I, and appropriate factorial as well as appropriate triangle value need to be keep in that column number 1 or 2. Fine. So let me do this thing for first cursor. Let me create one procedure. Create procedure. What was my name of the procedure? I'm setting set factorial and triangle. Both thing I can do in a single go, yes or no? This is my function name, and it is not allowing the special character, so let me give the underline. Okay, now what was the problem is, whenever we are doing a procedure we require a delimiter. I'm setting a double dollar or triple dollar, whatever you are comfortable, and here we have to begin as well as we have to end this procedure. And after doing this procedure we want to set the default delimiter, that is my semicolon. Now in this line what you can do, between a begin and end you can write down your whole code. Now as we have already explained you in a previous video lecture, then how the cursor, how the workbench will work, please go in that video and check the basics of cursor, because in this video I am using the concept of that. Now I require a variable, so I'm keeping a vi and I'm keeping the integer as the type. What is this? This is the variable for fetching a row by row value of a I column. Now one more thing I want to create is your done flag. Done flag by default are, what is the default value of this is false, that we have not done, but when we reach to the end of the line this flag need to be updated with the help of continue handler. Okay, this is the false value I'm keeping right now. One more thing I want to create is your cursor name. Yes, this is my cursor name, taste cursor, and whenever you are setting a cursor you require to associated one select query, yes or no? So this is the line you have to use, select star from, I think we have a 2 columns, so it's better to provide I from taste. Okay, this is the way we are declaring one cursor, and this is the query that every time they look into this and they get the row by row value of your ith column. Fine. Now declare continue handler, and this handler is for what? Not found. And if this not found will be set, will be found that every result has been already evaluated, at the time you want to set what? You want to set a done flag with the value of true. Fine. As I complete this thing, what you have to do, after you declare everything you require to let me declare some of the variable that I require in process of calculating the factorial of the triangle. First is I require a result, yes, in which I am doing a, let me give the default value as 1 also. Here in a result, what we are doing is, or I can use the word fact. So in this factorial, what we can do, factor is equal to factorial multiply by I. So every time whatever the value that we are having, if I am in the fifth row, what I need to multiply is, this default value is 1. So 1 multiply by 5, and what was the result is 5. 5 need to be multiplied by 4. Whatever the result is 20. 20 is need to be multiplied by 3. Likewise, we will do the factorial. Fine. So this is the first variable I require to calculate the factorial. It is a result of the factorial. And what about the triangular? Triangular means here you want to add something. Fine. So let me call it with the name triangle. Okay, I'm using the first 4 letter, and also I'm keeping the default value as 0, because here we are not doing the multiply, we are adding something. So I'm keeping the default value as a 0. So after I have complete all this thing, what I required is, I require to open my cursor. Fine, open test cursor and semicolon. When I use the open test cursor, what else you require? Nothing. Fine. But after I open the test cursor, I require to fetch a data with the help of your loop inside my loop. I'm using the name read loop. Okay. And as I complete everything, I need to close my test handler. Sorry, test cursor. I require to close the test cursor, as well as I need to close my loop. What was the name of your loop? Is read loop. Fine. So this is the in between we will write the logic. So here you require to fetch a data from a test cursor, and fetch test cursor, and what you have to write after this, you have to write down into. Into means in this variable I want to fetch whatever the value we are getting from a result of your cursor. What we are getting is, we are getting a I. So this I need to be copied in what variable? V underscore I. Fine. So this is the first row and this is the first value. Now as I fetching everything, I need to make sure that I'm not at the end of my result set. How can you identify this? With the help of your done variable. If my done is not true, if it is true, then what you have to do? If consider this is the true, then you have to leave this loop. Yes, leave read loop. Fine. And this is the end of your if. This is completed. This is we consider as a exiting criteria. Whenever this happened, we want to exit from our loop. Fine. And if it is not a case, if it is not a last record, what you have to do? If we are not at the end of our result, there are something that we need to process, then what you have to do? You have to check what is the value of vi. Fine. And in vi we require a while loop. This while loop will work till what will happen? Till my vi is, till my, let me call one more variable, temp variable. This is integer temp. Yes. And let me give the idea that this set temp is equal to 1. Okay, and let me give the value temp is equal to v underscore I. So what will happen? Whatever the value with whatever the row we are copy this value into my temp, and this temp value need to check that this value is less greater than 1 or not. If it is greater than 1, then only we have to perform a do operation. Do means this while loop will work. Okay, and if everything is complete, we want to end the while loop. This is the way we want to end my while loop. Now in between this, what you have to do? When we are doing the while loop and after we ending the while loop, in between you have to test that what is the let me set the fact. Fact is nothing but your fact multiply by your test. Okay, we want to add a temp, and whenever we are doing a temp operation, we want to decrement my temp variable with the help of this. Fine. Here I had make a mistake that I want to end the loop, not a close the loop. So I use the word end loop, read loop. Fine. So this is the logic for a factorial. And as we complete all these things, when we come out of this while loop, whatever we are having in a factorial is a final result that we need to update in our table. You know how we update? We use the command update test set. What you want to set? You want to set a factorial column. This is the column name. If you don't remember, check. This is the column name factorial. Factorial value need to be updated with the fact. And where you have to do this part, where my I is equal to vi, and that's why we are not updating the vi. I copied the vi value into the temp. That's why my vi value will not get changed. Fine. So this is the way I'm doing the factorial. Now the next loop is for what? For doing the triangle number. Same way for the triangle value also. This is the same code. Yes or no? there is one more thing that you have to do every time. That is, you have to do, when you are doing this, you also need to reset your fact, because in the next column your fact value is something else. So every time whenever you are starting the factorial calculation, you need to set the fact as equal to 1. So let me copy all this thing till this, and I'm using this same reference code for calculating my what? For calculating my triangle, yes or no? So what is the name of triangular? This is the triangular number that we are calculating. So let me put here triangular, and here let me use the word triangle. This is the name I have used. Yes, I think I used the small letter. Yes. So here also I need to reset, or you can say set a value, try with the 0, not a 1, because you want to add something in this. Fine. So what you have to do, trio plus, every time whenever you are doing this, you want to update a value with the temp, and temp value also get decremented, right, till they reach the 1 also need to be calculated. So don't stop at 2, you have to add the 1 also. So this is the way you have to do everything. Yes, am I clear with this? Is this easy or not? Yes. Let me execute this task. Let me check. There are error there. What was the error here is, they are showing that we cannot declare some variable after the cursor and this. So let me reposition the code and let me try again. Now they are showing the error of TRI. Okay, this is the mistake. Now let me rerun again. Now it is successfully run. Now let me call this procedure. You know how to call a procedure with the help of call and then your procedure name. Now let me show you the result inside my test cursor. Sorry, let me show you the result in a test table, and what will the value after this function will be executed. This is right now everything is null, but when I fire this command, that is your call function, it is successfully completed. Now let me see the result inside my test. Yes, this is the value that we are expecting, yes or no. So this factorial value as well as the triangle number is been calculated. You can check here, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. Likewise, you can check 45 plus 10 is equal to 55. So this is the triangle number, and here are the factorial of, 5 factorial is 120, 7th factorial is 5040. This all are the valid factorial number. So this is the permanent value that are been keep because of we have used the cursor. Do you have another option other than the cursor? Yes, we are also able to use this thing with the help of a Windows function that we will see in a next video. I hope you understand a basics of use of cursor with the help of this simple example. See you in a next video lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.